Right, hello. Welcome back. I would say it's Monday morning, but it's not, it's Monday afternoon. So this morning we've been mucking around with trying to fix a bit of a water leak in the yard, and we dug a hole. I'll show you now. This is a Monday morning if you ever saw one. Hopefully some water's going to appear in a minute. We've got nothing. Nothing? No. Oh God. Righto. Yeah.
Coming out?
Yeah, he's coming up from the black.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's sort of right. We have to just make that black one then, don't we?
Blank the end of the black one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go beyond the break we've made.
Is that going to stop when he switches it off? Goodness me. What did he do with that blanking thing? Has he still got it?
It's not going to solve it though, is it? No, because it's still going to be
Leaking down that way somewhere.
We're going to keep going back till we find the T. And then
But we've got to do this anyway.
Eh?
We've got to do this anyway. So where?
Well, we won't need to blank that one off, will we? Because he won't be connected. If it just come out the black one, yeah?
Yeah.
So that means that's how it's fed that one. So,
So that blue pipe is just that
just
wash?
that, yeah, just that wash there.
So we can just blank it off?
Well, we won't need to bother because we won't be doing anything, will
Oh,
we won't be using it, will we?
Right,
Yeah, because that one there feeds that one. So the T must be here somewhere then. That'd
He's
be
close, is he?
well, guessing it must be. That's why I thought it came across here. We teed that blue one into it, and then the black one went off over there. Well, it's got to be this one that's the problem because it leaks out there when we have the pump on. Right?
Yes. Well, all we can really do is either have a stab at where you think a T might be, if there isn't T. Or
Yeah, well, I thought it was all here together, to be fair, and came around here. So I thought this was just like a spur off it to feed that one we found, you know.
if the pressure's coming.
But the pipe's coming from that way, isn't it? Yeah, see, that's why I thought
You thought it comes that way, but
I thought it came around this way and then looped into this one.
Right.
Not to be. So it must be, yes.
Turns out we dug that hole very unnecessarily.
So this is where we dug said hole, off the corner of this grid, looking for a water pipe, which we found.
But it wasn't quite what we were looking for.
All we actually found was the piece on the ground that feeds that blue pipe there. We've had water leaking out through the concrete, just there, where that clean bit is, when we're using the volume wash. That has its own, like, ring main, if you like.
And yeah, that's been leaking. So Rich thought there was a junction under there that we could tee off, or blank. But turns out there wasn't.
Anyway, after much faffing around trying to find it, we thought it was there. It wasn't. But it turns out the pipe goes underneath this building, which is like the old tank room.
Cow time. Right, now I'm not getting mobbed by cows. Let's try that again. So we started digging up the yard this morning.
You see us stood around the Land Rover doing that. So we've had an issue with water coming out the concrete there. Now Rich knew there was a pipe underneath this board. If I move it, you can see there's a blue pipe there. There's actually a black one there as well. And he thought it came out of the washroom down here. He thought that was a T-piece that goes off to that blue pipe there, and that the water travelled in that direction, and there must have been a leak down there somewhere.
Well, when we cut that pipe and turned on the wash pump and everything, which makes that concrete leak, the water was actually travelling up the yard in that direction.
Which confused us slightly. So we now had water coming out there and also there.
So we didn't really know what to do at that point. So we just started working back towards the pump.
So that took us as far as here. So this is another bit of pipe that has got a tap at the bottom of that drainage pipe there. There's like a quarter turn tap. So you could attach a hose on here and wash down the yard if you wanted to.
So what we actually did was turn that tap on and turn the pump on, and then the water came flying out of here. So we knew the pipe came from the washroom as far as this pipe, and then it went on further.
So it actually went on in this direction.
So that then made us think the pipe must go somewhere underneath that hedge up into where it's leaking by the double gates there.
But we don't actually use this. We don't use that wash thing over there. And if that's the two things it feeds, then we were hoping we could just blank it off somewhere here and that'd be done.
We then followed it back into the washroom.
Actually, first we followed it into the old tank room, which is next door, and we actually found the pipe coming up out the ground, and it happened to be this one here. So we followed it back to the pump, made sure it was the right one, which is that thing up there. So then we followed it this way and put a blank on there which stops any water going out there towards the yard. Because all the water we need to wash down actually comes out through the wall here, which is this one, and then it's fed everywhere off that big line there. So this T going back is what goes into the yard, so we've blanked that off now, just inside that wall. And that has solved our leak. So we didn't need to dig a hole at all, but we didn't know that, which is rather unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Anyway, it is 4:45, milking is all done, and we're going home. Cows are still just having a little bit of maize, just to keep the grass wedge sort of in check where we want it to be. It's currently raining, which is brilliant, nice and steady. If it continues to rain like this, and the temperatures stay up, then we'll have plenty of grass that we can turn the wagon off. But yeah, at the minute they're just getting an hour in here after milking. Get a belly full of maize, and then Rich lets them out, I say, in an hour or so. Another job we did the other day, which I didn't film. I'm getting a bit lazy, aren't I? I just need to put the camera down and film things so I can show you what's going on rather than just talking about it. But anyway, we finally got the old generator out, the one that I may or may not have killed by cooling the milk. And this is where it used to come through the wall. But if we look inside now, ta-da! We've got the new one in place. That thing weighs an absolute ton. That was not easy to get in here, let me tell you that for free. Take my coat home, because actually in the mornings it is a bit fresh. Hopefully that maize we drilled is doing all right. Well, it is now the next day, and it would appear all our prayers have been answered, because it is raining. It's actually been raining all morning so far. It's 10 o'clock, just had my breakfast. Just heading off to find the Manitou. We need the bucket and the pallet forks. And then Rich wants to move a water trough somewhere. I think him and Abby have already gone up with fittings and pipe and whatever they need. And I'm going to provide the muscle via the Manitou. As is always the way, this is in the way. That's the bucket I want. Sure, every farm have a good bucket and a bad bucket. We want the bad one. Loaded. Right, let's go find the others. Right, one minor detour later, I'm actually at the right field. I may or may not have gone the wrong way to start with. Dog out for a run. What on earth was that? Now, this field is very steep. Probably doesn't look it. I'll take my word for it. Anyone seen a ginger spaniel? There he is. Alright. I may or may not have gone the wrong way to start with, that's why it took me so long. I ended up at the top of Southfield and I thought, what am I doing here? My bad. Right, let's move this trough. Do I want to set them out wider or are they alright? That's heavy. Where are we going to? End of the pipe. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Can we just sit the thing on the pipe so they can't move it, or? No. Well, I meant the pipe. Oh. What way do you want him facing? Do I need to dig anything? Oh, he's got a nice level spot. I think he's on the other side, isn't he? Is your bung on this end? That's right, you want to be looking downhill a bit then, really. Righto! Push this end this way. Oh, sorry. Oh.
That's level there. I mean, the only thing we could do is like honk it around that way, and then we might get away with it, like.
Well, just keep turning him. I've probably got to pick the whole thing up again, haven't
I? Yeah. Well.
Pipe gonna reach there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've got to move that back round again. God. Right, lucky number 3. So have you got enough on the ball valve that you can bend him down or whatever?
Yeah.
Not without digging a piece out. Water chopping. That dog is ridiculous.
Stop. All four of them? That's the do. Well, that's what we've gone home. More digging required. Yep.
Put your pipe cutters or you?
Do you want me to go and get it?
Yes, please. Well, it's either me or you. Good decision. We'll pull that out again, shall we, Josh? So we're going to get wet when we do it. Right, rash.
Oh, Papa hasn't started digging holes yet. You don't
Well,
go very
she-
far, do you? You sort of stick to people's feet, which is good.
She sort of get fed up. Just digging.
what are you doing?
She goes digging for a bit.
You been digging?
You know what? This is what
Gas.
I mean, Rocky never used to do it. We only just started doing it the last little while.
You're running circles now for 5 minutes.
Oh! You see that?
You fall
An ass
over.
over tits. He went like this. He does like the pup does.
Yeah, I'll wear him out.
Oh, God, look out on camera.
Look at all this grass.
Alright, I only got my backside.
Is that your best side?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Did anybody get wet?
just you, I think. Other bit first.
Just testing to see if
Can't
it
get it off. That's what it is. Well, okay.
That won't get wet. Alright, up or down?
Back a little bit.
Want me to push or? Just pull it back a bit.
There you go. Oh, he's bent down fair anyway. Oh, yeah, he's well below it. Below that green line.
Push up. There you go.
Right, good.
We are good news.
Leave the field here, so we're taking it home again. Right, we are back in the yard. Got some new drums of chemical here from Northern Dairy Equipment. That is for the teat brush. I stuck the new brushes in yesterday because the muck on the cows' teats at the moment they're picking up in the field just glues on, and the brushes that we had on there were absolutely fine for knocking off sand. They've worn quite a lot when the cows were inside, but we're not grabbing any of the muck on their teats, so put some new ones in, and now they're like a bit too aggressive. Anyway, so I'm gonna shut the dog away and then jump in the tanker, take that around the front of the parlour. We're gonna pressure wash that off because we want to get in the back of it and empty out any sand that's in it. It's a bit of an involved job. You got to take all the gubbins off the back of it. There's no like side inspection hatch. It is all straight through the back where all the dribble bar and everything is attached to. So I'm just gonna blast it all off, and then I'll open up the doors on the side of it in the yard. We can drain whatever's in there out, and then we'll leave them open, and it can let all the gas out, so that probably next week, so we won't actually do it for a week, but next week we'll be able to get in there safely. They actually give a weather warning today for heavy rain at midday, and judging by what's going on out there, I would say midday is fast approaching. Here is a tractor, and there is a tanker. This is going to be full-on waterproof job. I might as well just get on with it. I think there's no hiding from the fact I'm going to get wet. I reverse this back, hopefully far enough that I can let that dribble bar down in this gap. Might have to go back a little bit more. But basically, to get inside, we've got to get in via that hatch. That's connected to all of this. So we've got to undo those bolts. There's a lifting eye there, look. Got to lift that up and sort of swing it round out the way. There is poop. Right, let's get to it. Sort of softened up all the muck. Well, that's what I've been trying to do anyway. Whilst it's not raining, you can sit outside. Right then, sports fans, so we're doing a bit of pressure washing here. Now, I only really need to pressure wash the back of this tanker off, and as you'll see a little bit later in the video, I got way too carried away with what I was doing, but I thought I'd speed this up because no one likes to watch pressure washing. It is a terrible job. Right folks, time's come. I've got to fold this down, and I'm sure there's enough room here. Be absolutely fine. I do this bit, fold it up so I can get on the underside of this. I just noticed I've not done that bit, but give it that. Easy enough underneath. Fold all this down, do a bit more washing. I think we got to undo some hoses here on this block, and there's an electrical connector there as well. I want to take it apart and swing the back off. Rob did speak to Stuart Hext, who sold the tanker to him. So yeah, that's the way to do it. You see some of these tankers have like a big hatch on the side here that you can get in. This one doesn't. Beep is so annoying. If I get time, I'll wash the rest of the tanker, but I'm not going to be too bothered if I don't.
Can always do that. There's supposed to be plenty of rainy days coming up. Right, so we can now get in all the nooks and crannies that we couldn't, like all this along here. Getting amongst there a bit better.
Wet day jobs. Gotta love them. Just whilst the thought is fresh in my mind about these splash it things. Don't know if anyone watches Adrian at iFarm We Farm. He was saying the other day in a video about all the lines that the dribble bar leave in your grass. You'd be able to see it in the slurry and it had all gone like thick and crusty. Now this is one option, Adrian, if you're watching. It's called a splash it. It's basically a tiny little splash plate. So it's just off the ground, as you can see. Dribble bar hits it, spreads it out a bit. It sort of does the in between a splash plate and a dribble bar. It doesn't leave a thick line and it doesn't cover all the leaf. It sort of does somewhere in the middle. And yeah, if you want to know any more about them, just look up Splash Its or EH Agri on Facebook. He's your boy. They just fit into the back of the sleeve there with a couple bolts there, look. Right, that is a lot better than it was. I think we can get everything cleaning now we need to in there in order to take this hatch off. And my OCD got the better of me. And the tanker is now, well, it's not spotless, but it's clean. I even got up, I won't tell you how, but I got up there and done along the top, all the stuff you don't normally get, all along the front, look. God, what a beauty. And because I don't really have any more intelligent input, what I'm going to do is stand here, point at this tanker, and tell you that I am trying to get myself a thumbnail. What we could do is even just get a still shot like that, and then me go in. And then you put the two together and, you know, got a thumbnail. GoPro batteries. Need I say any more? Right, on the phone. I think I'll shut those two just in case it leaks anything when I take it back around the shed. I'll put slurry around the yard, really. Didn't dare start cleaning the tractor because if I did, I'd never stop. And I do want to go in for lunch today, so I'm just going to pack up all my stuff here, pressure washer and hose, put the tractor away, go home for lunch, and come back and do some milking. Well, there are the girls anyway. Those guys look happy up there. There's a few stood down here, but that is also their water trough, or one of two of them. Ah, they look happy. The only downside to it raining is obviously the grass is wet, they get less dry matter, they need to eat a bit more, but we got plenty, well, I say we got plenty of grass. As long as it keeps growing the way it is, we've got plenty of grass, which with this bit of rain it should do. Probably get out with a plate meter tomorrow to have a walk round. Yeah, other than that, we just got to go back and milk this afternoon. Anyway, I'm off. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.